Breaking news. This is
Radio Juvenil.
bringing you the latest updates and top stories from around the world. Stay tuned for all the important information you need to know, right here, right now. This is
Radio Juvenil.
your source for trusted news. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's radio segment. And could you guess the topic for today? A small hint, the instrument you heard in the beginning is commonly played when a certain someone, who we will talk about today, makes an entrance. The person we are talking about is Queen Elizabeth II. We will start off by giving you guys a short overview on who she even was, following what an impact she had on Commonwealth countries on the example of Canada, and lastly, we invited an English exchange student to share a piece of his mind on the Queen. Today's radio hosts are Darin, Katharina, Beza, and Melissa. Let's get started. On April 21st in 1926, Queen Elizabeth II was born in London, England. Can you believe that since her father, King George VI, passed away on February 6, 1952, Elizabeth has held the throne for the longest period of time in British history? She has spent a total of 70 years on the throne, surpassing her own mother. During her reign, Queen Elizabeth saw a number of significant historical events, such as the Cold War, the decolonization of Africa, and the rise of the internet. Isn't that crazy? She has continued to stand for dependability throughout these changes, both in the UK and across the Commonwealth. With her grace, dignity, and persistent dedication to her duties, Queen Elizabeth has served as a role model for the younger generation even after her death in 2022.
Queen Elizabeth II, also known as Her Majesty the Queen, is the constitutional monarch of 16 of the 54 member states in the Commonwealth of Nations. Canada, as one of these member states, holds a unique place in the Queen's reign, as it was one of the first countries to adopt a constitutional monarchy after the British North America Act of 1867. For over 6 decades, the Queen Elizabeth has been a symbol of stability and continuity for Canada, playing a key role in the country's political and cultural life. During her visit to Canada, she has been warmly received by its citizens, who appreciate her commitment to the country. Queen Elizabeth has also made significant contributions for Canada's social and economic development, such as launching initiatives to promote education, entrepreneurship, and innovation. In 2002, she marked the Golden Jubilee by creating the Queen Elizabeth II Golden Jubilee Citizens Award, which recognizes outstanding Canadian citizens who made a significant impact for their countries and communities.
We recently had an interview about Queen Elizabeth II with an exchange student, and he had the opportunity to give us a few questions that we should ask, and we did that. Now, you guys get an insight into the interview.
My name's Darin. I'm here with Charlie. And today we'll talk about the Queen. Okay, let's start with the first question.
How did you think of her?
I didn't really like the Queen. I thought she was quite racist and of another time, but I don't like the royal family in general.
Do you maybe have like a situation where she was racist or had said something racist?
Yeah. Well, there are quite a few occasions of her and her late husband making remarks about the state of some electrical things and commenting that it must have been made by an Indian.
After these statements, we did some research and we came across something.
The Queen's reign has not been without controversy. In 2018, a former senior aide claimed that the Queen made racist comments about the US President Barack Obama. The allegations were never confirmed, but they raised questions about the Queen's views on race and diversity.
As we said, those are just allegations, so back to the interview.
Do you think something changed after the Queen died?
I think a few people were sad. I don't see why they were upset, but I suppose if someone they've kind of worshipped for the past bit's been sad, everyone else is sad. Most people just enjoyed the bank holiday and carried on with their lives.
When someone is that horrible of a person, why do people still adore her?
I think stories like this aren't as much publicised, because if they were, the tabloids and the newspapers wouldn't really be able to write stories about the less controversial things in the royals, because if they were to say bad things about the royals, they couldn't really talk about what Princess Kate is wearing on the weekend, for example.
Thank you so much for answering our questions. Regardless, it is very important to note that the Queen has made some efforts to promote diversity and inclusion in her own life and in her role as the head of the Commonwealth. In her Diamond Jubilee year in 2012, she launched the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Trust, which supports initiatives to improve the lives of people in the Commonwealth, including those from minority communities.
In conclusion, Queen Elizabeth II and Canada have enjoyed a special relationship for over a century, based on mutual respect, trust, and shared commitment to the values of the Commonwealth. Despite any controversies that may have arisen during her reign, the Queen remains an important figure in Canada's political and cultural life, and her contributions to the country will continue to be celebrated for generations to come.
So, there you have it. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to tune in next week for more interesting and informative segments.